Hello everyone, welcome to my class. Today we're gonna make something in practice. So I already shared there my for loop lessons and while loop lesson, which means like about repetition, what they are doing. But today we will not talk about theoretical part. We will talk about practice part. Like we will make a project, so it will be about quiz app. We will put there some questions and answers and we will just make it applicable. For example, we will use Python and JavaScript. First I will start with JavaScript and I will use their HTML CSS to make it a little bit colorful, to make it like application little. So and after that uh, we will do also in Python, and I will use in Python Tkinter library and without library. I will show you all of them like that, okay? I hope you will enjoy during the class. So I believe you will do that, okay? So firstly, let me tell you a little bit again about theoretical part. Just try to be sure about it, okay? So for and while loop, what they are doing, comparison chart in here. So in for loop, the for loop is used for definite loops, like definite loops, when the number of iteration is known. So if we know about iterations, so then we can use for loop. For example, for I equals 0, I is like less than some numbers. We know the numbers, right? Or the list or something else. So we usually using this for loop for that. So if we know how many item in the list or in the things, then we can put there the things, like let's say um so it is easy, okay? Okie dokie. Like just say for I equals 0, I is less than 10, do something like that, okay? Do some operation, like increase it or decrease it. So in while loop, the while loop is used when the number of iteration is not known. So we're using their true and false sometimes, like while true, like if something really true, let's continue until become false. Or while false, like let's continue instructions until become true. So the while loop has some kind of properties like that, and it helps us to make our programs like in usual way, mindly logical. And in for loop we knows how to use like when we know about the iteration, then we can use for loop. It is something mindly. So the second one is the for loops can have their like counter variables declared in declaration itself. So their counter variables means like we have plus plus something else in here, right? Their counter variables declared in the declaration itself. So in while loop there is no built-in loop like control variable with the while loop, isn't it? So that's another properties of them. The third one is that this is preferable when we know exactly how many times the loop will be repeated. In for loop exactly we can do that like that. In while loop, the while loop will continue to run infinite number of times until the condition is met, as I mentioned before. So for and while loop doing different jobs. For example, sometimes people using like while loop like for loop like while loop, but in general, like if we didn't know about iterations, number of iterations, we can use for like we can use while loop. If we knows, then we can use for loop. So then also the second one and for the third one is the same situation. The fourth one, the loop iterates infinite number of times if the conditions is not specified. The loop iterates infinite number of times if the condition is not specified. Another one saying like if the condition is not specified, it shows us compilation error. So that's another properties of their own self. So, okay, let me show you a flowchart in here. So, what they are doing in for loop, the first step, like initialization, yep, it is something we're saying like I equals 0. Then we're going code block. So, then we're going last iteration. So if last iteration is not equals, it's going again initialization, like if checking the again start point. If it is one, then it's going yes, and blah blah blah. It's going all the way like that. In while loop, we have logical condition. It's starting from here. If it is true, code block will be there. So then code block will check again, like instruction point will check again logical condition. If it is false, it will end. If not, then it will go back to code block. So it will be always like that. So in repeat loop, it means it is for both of them. We have code block. If code block is false, then it's checking like logical condition. If logical condition false, it's checking code block. And if, like in this case, if logical condition is true, it will end. So this is another one. Okay, if you're ready, I hope you understand. If you didn't understand, don't worry. Let's start practice part and see everything clearly. I will use in here like for loop in usual, but sometime I will just delete for loop and I will add the while loop. Maybe it will be something like easier to understand for you. Okay, so okay, let me go to project. So let's start with, yeah, with JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. The first part will be CSS. We need something to create. So let's say HTML5. Let's create first this one. Okay, we can say for the title, it could be like quiz app, isn't it? Okay, we will use that. So maybe we can do it bigger. Okay, so then we can link to CSS in here. We can say quiz app. Okay, quiz app with a, yes, CSS. Then we can come in it, and we can also link it to JavaScript in here. CRC, right? And after that, we can say quiz app dot. It will be in here. Okay, we already imported all these things to each other, like integrated all of them to each other. Okay, now we need to start to make it. First, let's start with the HTML part. We need like first the in the page, like in center of the page, like title. We can say like H1. It could be mm, like uh, like quiz. Okay, let's say quiz, only quiz. Okay, or skincare quiz, or just quiz. Maybe skincare quiz is better. Maybe just quiz. Let's say my quiz. Okay, after that we need div element, right? We can use div element in here, and we will add their id can be quiz to integrate it. So now we can go inside it and we can do something in it. So we can add here like paragraph inside this division, like yeah, this one, and we can say it will be question. Okay, maybe we can add ID question because each of them will be questions, right? So let's say question, and then what can we do? We can just close it like that. And what can we do more? Let me continue. Then we can open here maybe, like list, like like list symbol, like with the ul. Okay, and we can add id for the choices. Let's say for this one, choices. So cool. Now we can come inside it and we can add there our choices, like with the on click, which is we will use in here functions, and functions will apply for each of this id different things. So we can add here now list with the li, and after that we can say class. We can use class method for each of them. We can say this is class of choice. So then we can say maybe like we can use on click in here because it will help us to apply for the functions. So we can say maybe we can say check answers. hmm I think it is better, right? Check answers. think it will be better. Let me think a little bit. Check answers will be better, I think. Yeah. So let's say check answer. This is zero in like zero index, like one. So first question like that. You can think it like that. So okay, we can maybe duplicate it like four times because we will use like we will put there four question like that. Each of them will be same. Just we will change the parameters in function. If we choose like if we choose third, fourth question, it will change all the way like that. Okay. And okay, we already created. And what we need more, maybe we can add also one more in here, like paragraph, and we can add for that one result. Should be a result. It will display out our result. Okay. So each of them will be like questions, and the last one will be result. We can display out with it. Okay. Okay. So HTML part is like that. Let me just display out what we did in here, for example. So let's do it firstly. Let's display out what we have. Okay. Yeah, cool. Now we have first, second, third, and fourth one, right? The fourth place. And this is quiz app you can see in here. Let me close this. No, anyway, no close anything. So now let's go to the CSS part. So we can continue with the CSS now, and we can just make it a little bit fancy. So firstly, we can say for the body, what can we do with for the body? Maybe we can say font family. We can change the type of uh, words. I mean, type of font. Right, we can say for font family, maybe Arial, Helvetica. Yeah, it may be better. And text align, we can take it center. What do you think? It is better, I think, for me. Now we have in here ID for the ID. This one plus. Can you see in here? Where is it? It will be exactly in here. So now for the ID, this one. Sorry, quiz. We will this one. Can you see that? This is our first ID for the division. It tags all of the things inside it. Let me show you in the HTML page. So in here for all of this place. So now what we can say, we can go to here back. Sorry, not here. This is another application. I will show you later. Okay, we can say quiz, and after that, this is for representing the ID. Okay, we're using slash in here. It's representing our ID. In here, you can see our ID is, where is that? The first one I will show you, quiz. Where is the quiz? Division, where is the division? I think I deleted wrongly. Yeah, in here, sorry. The quiz in here. Can you see that? If we want to make something in CSS with the ID in HTML, we need to put their slash before the name of the ID. Okay. Anyway, I think you got it. So now we can add there something. We can say display. By the way, just don't confuse. For this case, just you can give your old motivation for about JavaScript part. It is something we will make it fancy, okay? So we can say inline block, and then it will make it inline in the blocks, like each of them. So then we can say background color. We can change background color with the Antica white. So maybe it will be better, or we can change with the Belgian. So I think this one is good, not bad at all. So let me show you what we are doing exactly. So can you see that? By the way, I will delete this one. So just we made it like that. Right now, let's continue. So we can add their padding. It will make it better uh, and little small. So you can check it what we did. 1 minute. Let's go to here, save it, go back to here. Yeah. Okay. it will look like in that one. Okay, after we applied this padding, it will look like that because we did it like 8 pixel, right? So let's go to back to here and let's add their border. Maybe for that, maybe it will look like better for the edge of this box, or yeah, the point. Maybe we can say 10. 10 maybe will look like better. Or I'm talking about for here. Maybe we can save it again. Yeah. So it looks like better. Maybe, sorry. Let's go back to here. Maybe 10 is, maybe we can do that border radius. Sorry, let's do border radius. It is better than border. Sorry, yeah. Yes, it looks like it. It is like not notebook. Okay, so let me continue. Now what we can say, now we can apply the same thing for the questions. Can you see that we have ID questions in paragraph? So now we have questions. For each questions we can do some fancy things. So we can say in here questions, like question exactly. Then we can do our thing. So what we can say? We can say font size. For that maybe font size can be, I don't know, like maybe 18 pixel. I think it will be better. Maybe 22. I don't know, maybe 22 is better. By the way, why it looks like that. Okay. I think it is better. Then we can say something in good way. What we can say. Uh, by the way, why? Sorry, just my mind makes it. So font size is that, and margin can be for the margin bottom, because we will separate in this case in here, right? For the questions part, margin bottom we can set like 20 pixel. Let me do that like that. Okay, cool. By the way, we can check also in here all these things. Can you see? 1 minute, I will show you in CSS part. So cool. HTML body increase in here. Okay, yeah, you can see in here we applied this for the question part. Let me show you. 1 minute. Yeah, we our padding in here, we did it like 80 pixel, and border radius is 10 pixel. Displays inline block, you can see, and the color is that one. And we're going on, like we're going continue. Okay, so let's continue, and we can check it also in here after we write codes. So now we can say what we can come here, and we can work on class. Now when we want to make class, we can say dot, then we can write our class name. So in this case our class name is choice, which is, it will be in here, choices, sorry. I think no, choice, this one, sorry. Our class names, right, in here. Sorry, go back in here. For the choice, we will write some code into CSS to make it fancy again, I said. So font size can be, I don't know, like uh, font size, what can we do? Maybe it can be 18 pixel in this case. And the cursor, we can apply in here cursor. Cursor can be what? Maybe pointer is good. I think pointer is good. Yeah, pointer is good. What it means, we applied already on here. Still it's same. 1 minute. This one, when I click, it's saying something pointer. We did pointer. Let me delete this one. Now you will see what I mean. So let's save it. Did you see that? When I click on it, it will not be like hand symbol. Like it will make it like pointer. Yes. You get it? Cool. Amazing. So let's continue. We can add here padding again. For padding, we can say 10 pixel and the 20 pixel together in here like that for the like left, right, and right, left, bottom, and right up, I think. So I'm not sure, but for the two side, okay. Yeah, cool. It looks like better now, and maybe we can refresh it too after we write code. I will show you. So, and we can say what? We can say border radius. We can apply border radius in here. Border radius, it can be 10 pixel, maybe better. 10 pixel. I think it is not bad at all. Yeah, it will be better. Cool. So then we can say margin. We can say margin. Margin 10 or margin bottom. I think bottom is okay, not margin. 10 pixel. Yeah, now it's good. It is good. Cool. Did you see that? We did something good. By the way, this is just simple application. I'm just showing you like what we are doing, how we can apply this for and while loop. Okay, this is something we apply. So now the time we need to make it for the correct class. So let's do same thing for the correct. So what we can say for correct, we can do that, and we can say background color. In this case, it can be green for so when we give like true answer, it will make it green if it works. So then we can say for color, it can be white. Cool. So then what we have, we have incorrect for the incorrect. Incorrect. We can make the color red. Yeah. Background background color is red, not this one. Yeah, this one. And the normal color is can be white. So okay, this is something for the first we can apply for the that situation. Okay, now we can use all these things to make our program applicable. So okay, it looks like that. Okay, everything looks like good. So by the way, we will add also in here something more for about incorrect and the correct, okay, all of them in that. So this correct class and the incorrect class after all, okay? So let's continue now with the which part? Let's close this JavaScript CSS, QuizApp. Okay. Now let's continue with the our main point. So we're gonna work on the JavaScript right now. So what we need firstly we need a variable, which means like we can say current question. Current question. Maybe it does better. What do you think? We can use var or lat. Maybe use var current quest. Say current quest. Question means, and then we can say value is 0. Initialize it like initial value is 0. Then we can add here score. So for display score 2, and for increasement and decreasement, we can say also 0 for that. Okay, so now we can say we can add their questions. After that, we will integrate with HTML, but let's do in steps. We can say var questions. Okay, for the questions, we can open in here exactly list, and after that dictionary. Maybe we can do it like that. What do you think about it? Okay, I think it is best idea to do it like that. We can add our list, and after that um we can add our uh, dictionary, right? Dictionary is good explanation for that. Okay, now we can say question, but for the question part, we need to add here something more, like what? So we can say question questions or question is think better. So we can say, mm, what we can say. Um, so where is the capital of capital city of France? Yeah, the question can be that one, and we can add their choices. What do you think? So in this case, we can come in here and we can say choices. And for choices, we can add our choices in here like that. We can open another list in here to display it. So the first one can be, let's say, New Delhi. So then we can say maybe Moscow. We know the answer, but just this is some choices. Maybe, mm, maybe where? Let's say Washington, Washington DC, or yeah. The last one will be true answer. Sorry, by the way, let me add the comma. So then we can say Paris. Okay, that's all for the first part. So we can close this one and we can continue with another step. So what we did in here, we said question. This is in our dictionary. So this is our variable for question, and we have here in questions list, and in the list we have dictionary, and in dictionary we have question, and after question we have choices list. So it will display out all the choices, okay, into where into here, into this place, okay, and our question will be in here. So okay, then we're gonna add their correct answer. So after this all these questions, we can say correct answers, sorry, will be two. So we can say like that, isn't it? Yeah, I think we can say correct answer is two, like this one, maybe like that. But in this case, correct answer is four, isn't it? So what can we do more? Um, by the way, it could be three for the computer is 0, 1, 2, like that. We can go with this logic. Sorry, I forget it. So what can we do now? We will go another step, and maybe we can add here. Add here what? We can add here comma. Then we can open another dictionary, and in dictionary we can do same business like question. After question, we can say. We can say what? Yes, just tell me the question. Hmm. So what? Hmm. What is the um? What is the what? Yeah, let's say what is the uh cube cube of three? Yeah, I think this is some question. I remember that one. So and after that we can add here this one. Yeah, this one, and after that we can say choices again. So after choices, we can add our list again inside it. Sorry, not this one, not dictionary, list. I will teach you also list and dictionary in the future. Just stay there, stay calm. So we can say like 5, we can say like 12, We can say 6, maybe not 6. Let's make a true answer. Maybe it can be 9. 9 times 9. Maybe we can do it's not cube, square of 3, power of 3. Let's say power of 3. So we can say 9 exactly. Yeah. And after that, we can add here something like, by the way, I used in here like string. Don't worry about that, okay? It could be like that. So we can say also maybe like 5, like that, like 12, right? And we can say 9. Let's do it like bigger. Yeah. And let's say it could be 13, maybe 14, maybe 14. Okay. Let's say 14, and let's say for this one 20, 20, right? Like a letters, like a birds. Okay, in this scenario, we already did this, and we can add here the comma, and after that, so we can come down and we can open. What can we do more? Maybe, yeah, we can add our correct answer in here. Correct answer will be what in this case? In this case, it will be 3, right? Like 2. I mean, you can say 2, and you can go down and close it. By the way, it is already there. So in here, and you can just continue with another step. Yes. Let me just copy paste all these things. I don't want to write all of them again and again. Let's come back to in here. Yeah, it will be same logic. By the way, we will ask how many questions? Maybe 3 questions is better, isn't it? So what is the power of 3? And um, mm, mm, I don't know really. I'm just thinking about question. So question can be in this case, mm, which platform is the best for watch videos or movies? Yeah, or series. I don't know. So it could be anything else. So for the choices, there can be maybe YouTube, Netflix, um, Tubi, and Vimeo. Vimeo. So okay, in this case, it will be 0, 1, first index, maybe transfer, right? So now what can we do? We already completed this part 2. So what can we do more? We can add here semicolon, and after that we can continue with the reminder process. So now we have variable quiz. We can say variable quiz, and it is equals, because we can say document get element by ID. By the way, I will summarize all of them after all. So we can add our quiz ID in here. So this one, quiz in here. Our questions will display out there. So yeah, we can say like that. Maybe it is better. So then what can we say more? Just we can say something more like what? Like we can say for the question, same thing. For question, maybe For the question, what can we say? We can say same thing like document dot get element by ID, get element by ID, and we can add our question ID in here, question. And then what can we do? We can continue with the another process. So let me do that for choices and for results. For choices, we will use class. Let's say for choice, variable choices equals document dot. Yeah, document dot. In this case, stop. So get element by class name because it is our class name, and our class name is what? Our class name in this case is choice, right? Choice, this one in here. So our, where is our class name? This one, right? This is our class name. Yeah, let's go back to the here, and okay, we already got it too. So now we can close this one too, and we can add one more var for the result. It's equals, we can say document dot get element by ID, document dot get element by ID, and we can add here our result ID, right? This one for display into like into web page. Okay, maybe we can wait at these things like correct and incorrect. They can stay there until we complete all of them. So now what can we do? Let's continue. So we can create like we can, what can we do? We can say question. Yeah, we can add our questions into web page in the good way with the HTML part to display out. How we can do that? We can say question inner HTML, and after that we can say questions, right? This is our questions. Where is it? It is question ID. We will add in question ID our questions. So in here, can you see that? This is question. It is our this one. We already get our ID from here. Can you see that? Question ID in paragraph. And after that, we created there another variable question. Now we will use this question in here to get to share to display things in web page. And now we will use our question variable, question list, questions list in here. Now what can we say? We can say questions, and after that we can open our list value in here, and we can add there exactly our current questions. Okay, like current quest is 0 in this case. Okay, our value is 0, and after that it will change. Okay, it will be changeable. So now we can say dot question. Amazing. Now we will we will again we will integrate it with the question in here. So in sorry, we will integrate it into questions list. Can you see that? Our variable question list, and we have each time question. This is item of the list, right? The key value, you can think like that. So, and after that we will do same thing for the choices too. It is question from there. Okay, so now what can we do? We can continue. We can add here semicolon, and let me just run it and see what will happen. So okay, this is our question. Can you see that? So you will see there our by the way, camera is in here, our answers too. Okay, we'll see all of them at the same time. Okay, so now let's continue from here. So now what can we say? I think we can add now the time to add our for loop. because in this case we will check our choices. If our choices length is, if I index is less than our choices length, then we will increase I each time to ask this question, right, with the choices. So what can we say? We can say for like for var, where is that, sorry, var I equals 0, right? And we can say I is less than what? I is less than choices. Where is the choices? Choices in here, right? And this one. You can think like that. Choices, but this one is choices, exactly. So choices, then what can we say? Length. So we have a lot of choices in each of them, right? It will increase each time and it will display out all of them. So and then we can say what? We can say increase I um, each time, and after that let's come inside the loop, and now let's say choices. So this one, choices, you can think also this one, I mean. So now in choices we have some choices, exactly. So we will add in here I in the list like that for counted, for count each time to display in here, okay, like A, B, D, C, D, like that, okay. So okay, then we can say what? We can say that inner HTML for displaying inner like in the web page, and then we can say equals, this will be our variable right now, like that. And we can say question, and after that open the like our list again, current question. In the question we have here questions and the question, right? Question and questions. Current question is also 0 in this case, value of the current questions. It will be like 3, so it will increase with the value. So and after that we can say what? We can say choices, right? Choices, we have their choices. 1 minute. So current question, and after that we can add choices. But why it doesn't show us the choices? It has two questions. I think it is not questions, sorry. Yes, right now true. Then we can say choices. Cool, it is there. Let's continue. So what we are going to do in here, we have here questions, right? This one, question variable. In questions, we have current question. Exactly, it could be question 1, question 2, and question 3 each time. And it is inside questions. And then we have choices in each questions, right? We have this one choices, this one, and this one, right? It's going like hierarchical way inside it, like first questions, then current questions, and the choices inside it. It will check each time to iterate it, to count it, all right, for display into web page. Each time different after we give true answer or false answer. So wrong answer. So now it will iterate each time choices in it, okay? It will be like that. So let's save it. Okay, still we don't have anything in here. You will see after some time. So let's go to again, same point, say choices and add their I index inside it. I will explain you all of them after I finish this code. So choices I, in this case, we can say some like we can add here some library things like add event listener. When we do some operation, when we click on something, it will change it, like add event listener is doing that to make it like reactional, okay. So and after that we can say click maybe for the function, right? Yeah, it will be click when we click on it with the mouse, it will work. And we need one more thing in here, function, right? Function. Cool. Let's make it like that. All right. Now let's go inside it. When we click on this items, what will happen after we click and we have also their function. So we will say what? We will say if we can say um, let's use there like if this, yeah, if this dot inner HTML, or maybe we can say like that, isn't it? Yeah, let's do it like that. Inner HTML. Okay. If this inner HTML equals like string equals um I mean it is click, okay? We're talking about click. This inner HTML means like when we click on it equals to, let's say, question or question, yeah, let's say question. And in question we have current question, yeah, current question. And in current question we have also choices, isn't it? So we will check it each time, and we can say choices. By the way, it will be questions. I did again wrong. Choices. Then in choices, in this case, in choices, we have another thing. So which is question. Okay, we have questions again inside it, but we will do it in like a little bit different. So we can say question. I believe it's mixing your mind, but please no worry, okay? I will explain all of them. So then in questions, we can add here current question again, okay? Current question like that. So what can we do more? Maybe we can add here one more like correct answer. Yes, where is the correct answer? So where is the correct answer? In here, right? Each time we add here correct answers in here and in here. So what it does, so this dot inner HTML, when you click on something, it's equals to questions in questions, like current questions, any question of this one. So then inside it, like current question, which is this guy's, right? This guy's. Before it was like that, this one list, and we are now inside it, current questions and correct answer in here, right? If you go in deep, like each time, first questions, question, choices, correct answer. But in this case we did like questions, current questions, choices, questions. In questions now we have choices, and um, we have current questions and correct answer. So let me clarify it again. So we're saying if you click on the answer, it will do some operation. So we're talking about questions, this one, okay? Current question is which one? This one, and this one, right? Three. And we have choices. Choices, in this case, this one, and this one, okay? And in choices, we opened it again. What we did in here, can you understand? So we did something in here. We have again questions in choices. Why we have questions? Because it's like depending on the question, okay? And we have questions, and again current questions and correct answer in this case, Okay, so you will understand everything correctly after all. Okay, just don't mix your mind too much. Let's continue. We can say now, if all these things like that, score plus plus. If we give true answer, if our answer is correct, so this one exactly, if it is one or two or something, then it will give us the solution in this case. Okay, if our click is equals to true value, then it will make it true and it will increase score, our score. Okay, okay, so now after score, after increased score, maybe we can say also result, which is our result value in here. Where is it? Yeah, in here. We already integrated with the HTML, so we have here in id, it will display out result. We can say result dot, and then we can say inner html, and then we can say correct, like that. It could display out like that, correct. Yeah, correct. Yeah, so it is like that, guys. Let's continue with another case. For the else, can say also else, can come in it, and we can say if result inner html is, so if result is, if we click true answer, it will increase the score, and it will say correct. Else it will say false, like not true or incorrect. Yes, it will make it like that. So that's cool, guys. Now we already completed this part. So after else, let's come in here. We can say we can increase current question, right? Let's think this scenario, current question each time. So we add here I equals 0 if choices that, like I is less than choices that length, in this case, this guy's in here. All right, so then what it will does, so choices that length, then it will increase each time I, and we will start first with the choices. We started with choices, and we added there our counter id, like in this case I, and then we did some operation in here to choose the correct answer or false, like incorrect answer, to make some applicable things. Now we will increase current question in here after this into var. So if first, like if it is I equals 0, it will increase I after this operation, and so after that it will check I again. I is, if I still 0, in this case I will be 1 after the first question, right? It will go back to here, it will say I equals 1 if I less than choices that length. In this case there will be second question, let's say, and like third question, sorry, we have three questions, right? In choices that length we have three questions. It will say the still less than 3, so it will increase again, and it will do some operation in the second question. Then it will come to here, it will increase, and it will make our second question, and it will go back to do same jobs. Okay, so now let's come down. We can continue. We can say if current question, in this case, okay, if current questions is equals to what, equals to questions dot length, what it means I will tell you. If current questions, where is the current questions? Current question is 0, right? And can you see in here we increased current questions, so it will increase each time that one, right? Now we're saying if current questions questions equals questions that length is 1, 2, and 3, right? Three question. We have three question. If current question is equals to, like, if 3, in this case current questions is, it will increase each time, it will be 1, 2, and 3. So if it is equals to questions that length, we will do some other operation. We will say what? We will say result dot inner HTML, and after that we will say what? We will say, yeah, we can say your maybe final score. mm, Final score. Each time it will iterate, it will change. Okay, your final score is, then we can add here what value we can add here, something. Yeah, let's do it like that, and we can say we can add here exactly score, right? Where is our score case in here, and it will increase in here our score if we give true answer. So your final score is score. Yeah, and then we will say out of, let's say out of what? Out of out of okay, it's really tiring me a little. It can be what? Question length of the quest. Yeah, length of the questions dot length. Yes, guys, it is exactly like that. Your final score is, in this case, if we give true answer, it will be 1 or 2. So 1 out of questions of length. We have how many questions? We have questions 1, 2, and 3. It will say, for example, if we give true, like correct answer for the first question, it will say your final score is 1 out of 3 questions. Out of 3 in this case, because our length of the questions is 3, isn't it? Cool. So let's continue, guys. Let's continue. What can we do more? Um, let's say it is if, else what can we do? Else the conditions will change. We can say question. For the else case, we can say question, and inner HTML we can say yeah. So now we can say for the else, what can we say, guys? What can we say? We can say questions, and then into question we have current questions, which is current question is our value in here 0, and in questions we have some index in here, and as I mentioned before, we increased current questions. Where is that? So I think, yeah, in here each time after for loop iterate. So now we have questions and current question in it, like it will change each time. So we can say current question is dot question. Dot question means we have this one in here, it will display it out into that, right? So display out questions, current question, like let's count it into questions and display out this one. So if scenario is, if condition works like that, your final score is out of blah blah blah. Else question dot inner HTML, question in this case this one, right? We're saying inner HTML to display out into question, this one. Yeah, so it will show the question exactly in here. We have questions, right? Like below of the quiz, my quiz, below of the my quiz, it will display out the question in this case. Okay, so we did that too. So add their semicolon. Maybe we can add here also semicolon. I forgot to add all display semicolons. Yes, good. Now what do we need? What do we need to do? Maybe one more. Um, we can iterate also. Mm, yeah, we can do in here nested for loop like that. You know what? Like how we can do that after else. So we will do this operation, and in else we can say for I. Okay, for like sorry, not I, for j equals 0. What we will do in here, I will explain anyway. Just let me first write there. If j is less than what? Less than questions at length, or no, choices. We have some, each of them we have choices, right? In here, choices each time. Now we are talking about the choices for the questions, right? For the question, these choices. Okay, if j is less than choices, so what can we say in this case? We can increase it, but that's their length, j plus plus, increase it, and come in it. So after come in it, we can say what? Choices, and we can count index of choices, but maybe we can use j in this case, sorry, not I. So we can say inner HTML, as I mentioned before, it will iterate it each time. It will count it each time. We can say equals questions. We can go again in hierarchy like questions, and in questions we have current question. Current question means like we created variable in here. It is 0. It will change it each time. Current questions, and we can go out of it. Like you can think like in questions. And I think we can say choices, then we can add the index j again in here. Maybe. Maybe not like that. I think so. In this case, current question, choices, then j. No, I think j works in here. Yeah, let's see it. What will be wrong? So, okay. So let's delete this empty space. So what we have more? I think we forget something to add. All right. No, no, no. I think I need to add there one more. No, not this one. What is wrong in here? Maybe what's wrong in here? No, I don't think that one. Maybe before that. Oh, I think no. So I did something wrong in here. Let me check it. So what is wrong in here? So I plus plus. No, nothing wrong in here, I think. Yeah. So then I really just confusing. What's wrong in here? Let me see. So in here we create this one, and after that we open it another one. So yeah, that's cool. Then we set correct answer, event listener, click function, that one, true, And if this inner HTML is questions, current question, choices. Okay, maybe something wrong in here. Let me check it. Correct answer. Okay, correct answer. It is true. Then we open it and add the score in here and else, and we open it another point, and then we set result in your HTML. That's true. Cool. So then we increase the current question each time. Let's add it there too, like that. So now we said if current question is like equals questions that length, that's true. Then we open it inside here. Then we added here informations. So then after result, what's wrong in here? After result in here, so after result, after results in your HTML, everything true. And we said else. In else case, we also add our question and question in HTML. This one, what's wrong in here? It makes me crazy. So then we add for j equals 0. Yeah, cool. If j is less than choices that length, j plus plus, and we open it. Cool, that's true. Correct question choices. Yeah, I think nothing wrong in here, but I didn't understand why this issue come in. So from where? So let me do something more convenient way. So I think each of them like that. Then we need one thing in here. So this one is like that. Wrong in here really. Not this one. Maybe in here. So this one there. It is there. Okay, nothing wrong. This one. Yeah, if it is like that, so if it is this one, then maybe we need something in here for if, no, not here. This one is here. Okay. It's already in here. Nothing wrong for this case. And for here. Oh, maybe we didn't close this one, but I think we did that in here. 1 minute. It checks. Let me check. Where is this one? Okay, this one is true. All right. Oh my God, what's crazy here? This one representing here. This one for there. Is here something missing? Here. or here or where. Oh, really? Let me check it with ChatGPT. I don't know what is wrong in this code. It's about here. I didn't see that really. There is a lot of codes, and really sometimes it's just disturbing your mind. Where is the ChatGPT? Um, you can check in here. Yeah. What's wrong with you? Let me check in here. I think maybe we don't need to check with the ChatGPT. Let me fix it in some way. Hi everyone. After check the wrong point, I saw in here we have in here after this function some more things. So when I delete this one, it looks like that. Still wrong. So it says in here you have some wrong things. Maybe so. Maybe we need to run it like to see. So what's wrong here? Crazy codes. So I think everything okay right now. Yeah. Oh my god, still same. Weird problem. Expected. Expected what? What you want in here? Expected. It is not mainly. Apps is expected. I really don't understand what's wrong in here, really. Alright. Click function. What? No. It's representing which one? So, yeah, maybe. It's representing this one. Mm, it's really crazy. So let me do one more thing. I will check it again. Sorry. Hi everyone. I think I fixed it. So in here, this is one more bracket, and in here bracket we need to add, and we need to close with the semicolon. So yeah, I was check little it, and after that I fix it. So let's save all of it and go to web page. Yes, it is in here. So we already completed. I think I will make another video for the Python for this quiz app because I'm really very tired right now. I don't want to make it. So where is the capital city of France? Where is it? Paris. Correct. Can you see that? It says correct. So what is the power of 3? Let's say 9. It says correct. Which platform is the best for watch movies? Let's say Netflix. Your final score is 3 out of 3. Can you see that? By the way, we can fix here like this. Why it's makes it like that? Yeah, I think it works now better. Okay, where is the France? It's Paris and the 9 and the Netflix. Yeah, your final score is 3 out of 3. So, did you see that? Each time it asking us new questions. So, let's save it and run it again. What is the capital of France? Let's say New Delhi. Incorrect. So, what's happening in here? If, let's see, if current question is equals current questions that last length, so then we saying result in your HTML, your final score it's increasing. But if it's say incorrect, in this case we will not look in here. We are not working in here. We are working in here, guys. Okay, incorrect and correct part. So in here we have correct. When we say correct, score increasing each time. It's saying if this dot inner HTML, okay, equals questions, like in here questions and current question. So sorry, current question, yes, current question be any of this question. So then after current question, the choices in here, we already started it with for loop, and we have what? We have again in choices, again questions, right? We're using another questions method. So where is the questions? So in here, exactly, right? After choices, we opening another parenthesis to show to us to up again these questions, and in questions current answer. So current question, sorry, current question again 0 in this case, value of this one. So it will increase it. Current answer in this case it is 3 and it is some numbers. So then if all of these conditions are true, then increase the score of the number. So when we say like 9, it will say correct and it will increase the score. Score will be 1, and then it will display out correct, like in here. Can you see that? Works amazing. So if we say wrong YouTube, it will say incorrect and nothing will increase there. Okay, so then each time after we give these things, it will increase current questions too, like this one, current question variable. So because we're using current question in here, in everywhere, right, in here too. So so after all, what we have more, let's come some point. So let's say Netflix and something, let's save it and run it again. What is, so where is the capital city of France? Let's say in here Paris. It is true, it says correct, and after that it come up out of the loop, it increases the questions, one more question. Where is the question point? So the question will increase exactly in here, current question. It is inside for loop, but without of the if conditions, right? It will increase the question, and now the I will be 1 in this case, or current question will be 1. It increased already. Then the second question in here, I will say 20. So in this case, I give like wrong answer. It will work for the else conditions because it doesn't matching with the if conditions. It will work with the else conditions, and it will increase again amount of question, and still this place is waiting for the answer part. So then it will ask again, we will say Netflix, and yeah, our score increase it 2. In this case we did two answer, two correct answer, one incorrect answer exactly in here. And it says after all, like if current question, exactly current question in here, because we stored all of the our our things into that, right? So so our result exactly into that. So we calculating each time. Now the time for comparing, like if current questions is equals questions that length, um, yeah, and after that it will say your final score is score, then our score variable in here, and out of the questions that length we have three questions. Where is the questions that length? Questions that length, questions of the like list of the questions we have one two, so one, two, and three question, right? Then it will say your score is like that. I hope it is understandable, guys. That's all for today class. So it is codes, you can take copy of them. There's another one. So it is for HTML, CSS. You can, if you want, you can add these things to there. Okay, it will be very easy to display out. And this is third part. Okay, so just don't confuse with this dictionary and the list, all these things for the key value, these things. I will teach you all of them soon. And just in here, you can focus on this for loop and this another for loop. We used in here nested for loop. One of them showing us like one of them working for the iterate the each time the questions. The second one is showing us the exactly here exactly it's repeating each time the choices. Okay, it's displaying choices each time. That's all, guys, for today. Just focus on here. It is much like most important point. Everything going on in here, okay? Perfect. I hope it is beneficial. The next advanced video will be about Python part. We will write this quiz app with the Python, with the Tinker library and the without Tinker library. Sorry, this lesson only will be about JavaScript in practice. And the second lesson, the not lesson, is just some practice videos. The second one will be about Python. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much for joined for accompaniment me. So I hope you enjoy it with me. So yeah, you can play with these games like that in the future. You can create your best application. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Have a good day.